All right, so today we're going to go over our second steps lesson number 2, helping new students. Our objectives for this lesson is use empathy skills to identify why some students feel nervous when they start middle school, identify ways that we can help new students feel welcome and comfortable. Our agenda is we're going to go over expectations. We're going to do our warm up. We're going to watch a video, and we're going to discuss how we can help. We're going to do an activity, which is our assignment, and do a wrap up discussion. Okay, so let's go over the second steps. It says, helping new students. Warm up. So we're going to think about some things that made us nervous when we first started middle school, but that you didn't worry about for long because someone was able to help you. What did that person do? What did they do that was helpful? Okay. Okay, and if you go to our Canvas page and you clicked the assignment, opened it up, you could type it right there in that first box. Your example, your warm up of how you felt nervous about something, but someone was able to help you. So maybe you couldn't find your way around the building. Maybe you couldn't find your classes, and someone stepped in and was able to help you. Okay, next we watched a video.
There was a new student. They were in 5th grade, and I helped them around the school.
Help them with their work. Like if they didn't know it and I knew it, I would help. Like I'm not the type of person that's going to sit around and not know how to do it, and a lot of people don't. I'm going to help you.
The new student was coming, and he was very confused on where to go, just like I was, because I was in the same position a year ago. And he was asking like, oh, where do I go? What classes is this? What room number is this? And so I just helped him out. I just showed him around the school.
I helped a 6th grader once, and she was struggling with her homework, and she was at the library, and I could see she was struggling. So I helped her with her math homework.
We had a really, really, really big lunchroom, and you weren't allowed to eat anywhere else. So everyone just ate in the lunchroom, and everyone sat with their friends at different tables. When I was in 7th grade, and he was in 6th, and I walked up to him. I was really overconfident at the time, and so I just told him, I was like, hey, you can sit anywhere you want. It doesn't matter, who you sit with. Just like walk up, be friendly. If you assert yourself, they're not gonna kick you out. You just gotta go up and sit wherever you want. And so after that, he did. He went up and sat. He made a lot of friends. He ended up becoming, a pretty cool kid. I felt pretty good because I felt like I helped him get to that point where middle school was a less scary place.
I talked to like a bunch of 6th graders, made them feel welcomed, introduced them to my friends, and just kind of gave them a rundown of what it's like to be in 6th grade.
I helped a younger student in some way with their locker.
There was a 7th grader who asked me they needed help finding a class, and luckily I had that class last year, so I was able to point them. I was actually able to walk them to the class because I had enough time. And after helping that student, it felt good, It felt good because helping other people, of course, it's going to make you feel good because you feel like you did something right.
It made me feel good on the inside because I know that I made an impact on someone, and I know how stressed I would have been if I were in their position.
I just like helping people. I love helping people. That's something I like doing.
I treated the 6th graders like I wish I was treated back then, and I just felt really good to just help somebody out and like give them some advice for someone who's been through it, and I think that was really cool.
And yeah, I felt really good after that, honestly, because it just felt good to help another person.
Okay, so if you go back to our handout for helping new students, there was a part in here where we wrote down some ways that middle schoolers helped each other in the video, and how it made them feel. The next part was some scenarios that we went through, and we wrote down ways we could help. So we went back to our second steps lesson, and we discussed what are some ways that we can help new students feel welcome. Not all of us are into, big displays of, hi, I'm so-and-so. Maybe some more subtle ways, like inviting them to sit with you, offering to show them some things, something a little more private. Now on our worksheet, there are the scenarios, and there are also some scenarios here. We went through these. So think of ways that you could help these students who encounter these typical problems at school. So I can't find my math class. Well, we could walk up to them, or show them their class, show them a map, reassure them that they'll learn their way around the school. Okay, so I don't have any friends. We could introduce them to our friends if you feel comfortable doing that. You could invite them to sit with you at lunch. You could invite them to join you in a club. So on our worksheet, there was some scenarios, and as a group, we went through the scenarios and wrote down a couple of ways of how we could help these students. So on the worksheet, the first scenario is they forgot their science book. So you walk them back to their locker to get it. You grab your backpack, but you notice the new student is struggling to open their locker. So we wrote down a couple of things we could do for helping them get into their locker. Then for the second one, it says, as you're walking to the cafeteria for lunch, you overhear a new student say that he can't get his lunch because he forgot his student ID number. Well, what are some ways that you could get your ID number, or what can you do when this happens? So here at Wimburn, you could tell the lunch lady, and the lunch lady can give you your ID number. You could ask a teacher to look it up. You could go to the front office and ask them to look it up. Okay? And the third scenario was a new student in your social studies class wants to join an after-school club, but doesn't know how to get started. So here at Wimburn, we discussed the options here. And if you want to join an after-school club, you would listen to the announcements, and they're going to tell you after school to wait in the cafeteria, and the clubs will meet in the cafeteria, and you go with your club to the assigned area. So for example, if you want to join a yearbook club, when they announce it on the announcements, you make sure that you have permission to stay. You go to the cafeteria, the clubs will all meet there, and when they call for yearbook club, you go with them and you sign up, and you are now a part of that club. Okay, then we went on to wrap up. So we're going to think about our answers to the wrap up, to the warm up question. So what was a way that someone was able to help you? How else could someone have helped you when you were younger? So what situation did you run into where you felt like you didn't get the help you needed? Okay, so maybe someone helped you get around the school, but you got to the cafeteria and didn't know what to do. What is a way you felt like someone should have helped you, or you felt like you needed more help when you first started middle school? And that was the end of our lesson. Remember, on yours, where it says save, you want to hit submit.